All right, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Survive with Thrive. Uh, Today, we're going to talk about goals, processes, identity. So there's your visual. If you're taking notes, just please draw that on a piece of paper. I'll fill in all the blanks for you. Or if you want to do a screenshot, that's fine as well. So outcomes, processes, identities. When we're setting goals, it starts with outcomes. This is the goal. I want to sell 24 homes in 2026. I want to grow. I want to earn $100,000. I want to lose 20 pounds. Whatever the goal is, and we're all really good at this. Well, not really, because actually very few people actually set goals, but it's my hallucination that this group, everybody here sets goals. So when I say we're all really good at this, I'm speaking about you guys. You're really good at this. You set the goal, you'll even go as far as creating an action plan in order to achieve the goal. That's the process. But very few of us get to the identity part of the conversation, which we're going to do today. All right. So, changing habits is challenging for two reasons. Number one, we try to change the wrong thing. Number two, we try to change our habits in the wrong way. So it's be, do, have. It's not have, do, be. You have to start with be. And when you look at how you're changing habits, you change your outcome. Changing your outcomes is concerned with changing the results, right? So again, I want to gross $100,000 in 2026. I want to sell 24 homes, whatever that goal is. We're focusing on the results. Changing the process is concerned with changing your habits and systems. I have this conversation all the time. It feels like every single coaching conversation I'm having with my coaching clients is about this one thing right here. And I'll say it again so everybody gets it. Changing your process is concerned with changing your habits and systems. It's implementing a new routine. Now, changing your identity, and here's where I want you guys to go, okay? Changing your identity, if you look over on the right side of the board over here, we have outcome-based habits, which starts with this is the goal, this is the process, and we're focused on the goal, we're focused on the process. We never really get to this circle in the middle, which is identity. Now, identity-based habits starts in the center, which we start with this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I get. This is be, do, have. This is have, do, be. Have, do, be doesn't work. Be, do, have does. All right. So changing your identity is concerned with changing your beliefs. I'll give you a great example. So we're creating a habit. Let's say that you're a smoker and you want to stop smoking, and somebody offers you a cigarette, and you respond with, nope, I'm trying to quit. Identity, I'm trying to quit. What if you responded with, no, I'm not a smoker? Now you've created an identity that this is not who I am. Same thing with drinking, by the way. I'm trying to quit versus no, I don't drink. You change the identity in order to change the process, in order to change the result. Now, here's the thing. If you don't change the identity, any other change that you make is going to be temporary. You guys get that? All right. So changing your identity is concerned with changing your beliefs, your worldview, your self-image. Boy, that's a big one. That's a big one. Your self-image, your judgments about yourselves and others. So bonus material. If you compare yourself to other people, it's the path to mediocrity. It's judging others and judging yourself based on how you're judging others versus just being focused on your identity. Start with Who are you? Again, it's be, do, have. It's not have, do, be. Okay, with outcome-based habits, the focus is on what you want to achieve. So with outcome-based habits, the focus is on what you want to achieve. I want to earn six figures. I want to gross $100,000 in 2026. I want to sell 24 homes. I want to lose 20 pounds, and so on. Your focus is on what you want to achieve. While with identity-based habits, the focus is on who you wish to become. With identity-based habits, the focus is on who you wish to become. Most people don't even consider identity change when they set out to improve. Most people don't even consider identity change when they focus on when they set out to improve. Who do I need to be in order to do the things that I need to do in order to have the results that I want to have? They just think I want to be skinny, outcome. I want to be skinny, outcome. If I stick to my diet, then I'll be skinny, process. If I stick to my diet, I'll be skinny, process. They set goals and determine the actions they should take to achieve those goals without considering the beliefs that drive the actions. Again, if this is you, any change that you make is going to be temporary. Now, behavior that is incongruent with the self will not last. Just said it like a dozen times. Any change that you make is going to be temporary unless you change the way that you look at things. You may you may want more money, but if your identity is someone who consumes, sorry guys, multitasking, still letting people in. You may want more money, but if your identity is someone who consumes rather than creates, then you'll continue to be pulled towards spending rather than earning. I mean, if this is speaking to you, just put a thumbs up on that little emotion button down at the bottom. Thumbs up, heart, anything you want. If any part of this is talking to you, right? Because it's talking to me. I mean, when I did the research in order to deliver this to you this morning, um, I was like, yeah, that's me. I get it completely. The ultimate form of intrinsic motivation, write that one down. Intrinsic motivation. The ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes part of your identity. It's when a habit becomes part of your identity. So several years ago, I'll give you an example. Several years ago, I set out, one of my goals was to read a book a month. And I've created that habit. And matter of fact, I'm reading more than a book a month. But here's what's changed. The way I look at myself, I'm a reader. I no longer have a goal of reading a book a month. I have an identity that I'm a reader. I enjoy reading. I read between 2 and 3 hours every day. Now, when I first set out to read a book a month, it was hard because I couldn't stay focused. I mean, how many of you guys are like that, right? You're reading the book and you're thinking about other things while you're reading the book, and then you're like, what the hell did I just read? I got to go back and read it again. And I'm going to read 10 pages a day. And 10 pages a day was a challenge. Now I can read for 2 or 3 hours and not get distracted. And the only reason I stop is not because it was hard to read for 2 or 3 hours, but because it's time to do the next thing. I'm a reader. I'd read all day long. My identity changed. I'm going to say it again. So, the ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes part of your identity. It's one thing to say, I'm the type of person who wants this. I'm the type of person who wants to earn $100,000. I'm the type of person who's selling 24, 36, 48, 100 homes a year. I'm the type of person who's building um, a mega real estate business. So it's one thing to say, I'm the type of person who wants this. It's something very different to say, I'm the type of person who is this. Now, I want you guys to really pay attention. I'm coming close to wrapping this up, which means there's going to be time to mastermind this, okay? But I really want you to be really focusing on what I'm talking to you about today because I picked this topic based on the coaching conversations I'm having with my coaching clients. And the challenge is how can I be more organized? How can I be more disciplined? How can I uh, create a system, a routine? How can I hit my daily non-negotiable standards? And here's the answer. It all starts with how you see yourself. You're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on the goal. You're focusing on the process, and you're forgetting the identity. The whole conversation begins with how do you see yourself? True behavior change is identity change. That's a big one. Write that down. True behavior change is identity change. You might start a habit because of motivation, but the only reason you'll stick with one is that it becomes part of your identity. You might start a habit because of motivation, but the only reason you'll stick with one is it becomes part of your identity. Several years ago, I decided that I was going to start walking every single day. And I did. I got up in the morning, part of my routine. I put on my running shoes, but I didn't run, I walked. And I'd walk. I started out walking a mile a day, and then a mile a day became 2 miles a day, and then 2 miles a day became 3 miles a day. And I just walked 7 days a week. Saturday and Sunday, I went for longer walks. And after about 3 or 4 months, it became my identity. I'd go to the office and I would have agents coming up to me, John, I saw you walking this morning. My daughter would tell me, her friends would tell her, I saw your dad out walking again. I mean, it was like, what's the guy, the movie? Forrest Gump, right? Like, John, why I walked from Boca to Key West. It's 240 miles. And somebody asked me, why'd you do that? I was like, I don't know. I just felt like doing it. It's my identity. Now, here's the thing. Uh, in 2022, um, my lifelong friend, you guys know Perry, died of pancreatic cancer. And I decided I was going to take a break from walking. And a short break from walking turned into a longer break from walking. It's 3 years later, and I haven't reestablished that habit of walking every day. I no longer look at myself as as I am somebody who is healthy, who goes out every day and exercises. My form of exercising is walking. I'm a walker. I'm Forrest Gump. I just walk because I felt like it. Here's the other thing about habits. When you get out of a habit, when you stop, you lose momentum and you don't get to start where you left off. You have to start over again. All right, guys, talk to me. Joe Trumper.
Yeah, that was a lot to take in there. and all of that rings true to me. And I'll just share some things I struggle with, and I try to do it all at once. I'm gonna do 2 hours of cold calling a day. I'm gonna send out all this stuff. I'm gonna read this and read that, and then when I stop one thing, I tend to stop it all, and then I get afraid to look at where I left off, and everything just went down the toilet because I stopped one thing. Now I stopped everything, and
Hmm.
I don't know. I just wanted to share that. I try to do it all at once, and it always falls apart when I try to just grab it all at once.
Yeah, Joe. So, guys, if you can relate to Joe, raise your hand, right? And we all can, right? So, focus is what's the one thing that I can do, such that by doing it, it'll move me closer to my goal. So, my advice to you, Joe, is find the one thing and focus on that one thing. My advice to you, if you're building a real estate business, the one thing is how many conversations do you need to have every day in order to move closer to your goals and focus on that one thing. That's it right there. Okay, let's go, Joe Grant.
All right, actually, that kind of was going right where I was going. So, 14,844 hours ago, I became a person that doesn't smoke. And literally, I am a person that doesn't smoke, is what I would tell myself every single time that I felt like having a cigarette. And that's after 30 years of smoking.
Hmm.
But be do have is I am, therefore I do, and in return I receive. Um, I think one of your coaches actually is the one that taught me that one. But at the same time, John, you need to start walking. So whoever's going to be with you at EXPCon that's a walker, why don't you reach out to John and say, hey, let's go for a walk. And I believe somebody told me there's a 5K there that you can just sign up for, and that gives you a reason to go walk and start this habit back up again.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Let's go, Sean Fuentes. Guys, there's a lot of hands up here, so I'm going rapid fire, okay? Because I want to get everybody in.
I'll be brief. You touched on the evolution of a person and of self. And I think for me, I'm not changing who I am at the core. I'm evolving. I'm focusing on my strength, focusing on my weaknesses and making those strengths. So when you evolve, you're not turning yourself into somebody else. You're just making yourself stronger. And I think you can get lost in turning yourself into something that you're not. If you're a walker, if you're a runner, you're already that. We can all walk, we can all run to some degree. We can all pick up the phone and call. You decide what you want to be your strength, and that evolves.
Mhm.
But don't get lost in trying to be what you're really not. I have people I look up to in this business,
Mhm.
and I stop saying, man, I'm going to be that guy. I'm not. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to take the tools that I've learned from that guy because he's him, she's her, and I just need to be me. Focus on me.
Sean, thanks for sharing that. 100%, I agree with you. Be, by the way, is a process of becoming. Think about that. Anna, let's go.
Share something that I do struggle with. So I got my real estate license last week and I started cold calling 4 hours a day. I have an accountability group. But today, like recently, I just feel like I don't want to do it anymore. I
Hmm.
got appointments. I haven't converted anybody to listing. And, yesterday I broke down after talking to a new expired and he was so angry. And I was just like, I just struggle. I struggle right now. Like I woke up today and not wanting to do cold calling anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, Anna, you've got this. It's going to take time. Remember what I said a moment ago. Your identity, be, is a process of becoming. So, on the path to becoming that person that you're going to be, hold yourself accountable to the standards. It's the process. It'll eventually become a habit. Your identity will change. You've got this. 100%, you've got this. Thank you for being vulnerable. I appreciate it. Let's go, Joanne Kelly.
John, I just wanted to remind anyone who needs to hear this that when you are working on self-improvement in any form, whether it's business or personal, just to have some compassion for that person, because you would be compassionate if it was your friend, if it was your best friend and they were struggling, to have compassion for yourself and remind yourself that
Right.
it's okay to have a day or it's okay to have a season where you've stopped being a walker. It's okay. I can be that walker again, and I don't have to be disappointed in myself, because I get down on myself for feeling the feeling of disappointment. I stopped that habit. Why did I stop that habit? But just having some compassion and letting yourself know that it's okay. It happens to everyone and you can get back on track.
Well done, Joanne. Thank you. Let's go, Lorenzo.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I really liked that way of thinking of it. If you're wanting to consider yourself a six-figure agent, you say I'm a six-figure agent. When you get in those moments of being lazy, or if you get those moments of like, I don't want to do cold calling because someone's been an asshole to me or something like that, um, think to yourself, no, I'm a six-figure real estate agent, and this is what a successful real estate agent does, and it
Right.
prevents you from taking that moment to be lazy.
That's right. Well done. Talk to me, Clarissa.
Good morning, John. So, first off, I want to go back to Anna because was it yesterday, when she shared with us
Mhm.
all that she had done, making those cold calls, setting those appointments. Anna, I just want you to realize that your success, you've done something in a week that some of us can't even do 5 years in.
Mhm.
So don't let that one negative energy sucking person steal and rob you of your positive,
That's right.
positive energy
Right.
that you have going on. Keep
Right.
doing it. You may not feel like doing it today. Even if you have to breathe today, don't do it this morning, but get back into it this afternoon, girl, because you got this. You've got this.
Right.
But what I put my hand up for was my daughter, CJ. I don't know if you saw two Clarissas in here, but the other Clarissa is my daughter, CJ, who needed to hear this as she is setting goals for the next stage in her life. So
Mm.
I hope she will come off mute and share something that she learned.
I love that. Thank you, Clarissa. Let's go, Cole.
Hey, thanks so much, John. Really good stuff as always. And one of the things that stuck out to me that you said was, when you say, hey, I'm going to focus on if I focus on my diet, then I'll be skinny. Not saying I want to be skinny and focusing on that. And it brings back to something in my head. I know there's a lot of athletes in this, and I meet a lot of realtors that were past athlete people and in different sports. And it's like when you focus on the process that it takes to score the touchdown, instead of just focusing on, I want to score, I'm going to think about my touchdown dance. No, it's like those greatest athletes, they're focused on lifting the weights. They're focused on that, and that's what they fall in love with. I'm the type of person that loves this kind of hard work. I'm the type of person that loves getting into the details of how to become a better agent, and that's going to make me a better agent. I just don't want to be a better agent.
It's good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Let's go, Yulia.
I just want to share that I door knocked for more than a year, every day from 50 to 100 days. And at some point, it became a habit. And now I know that I can do it.
You got That's amazing. That's amazing. Way to go. Thank you for sharing that. Let's go, Beth.
Good morning. I am a connector. So
Mm.
I think that I probably helped you, as with my coaching call yesterday, to come up with this topic because I was just kind of stuck. I was stuck. I was like, I have been doing this for 18 years and I have had my best year ever, but things have slowed down in my business and I was just like not moving forward, not making my calls, not doing what I needed to do. So for today, I my focus is being a connector.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm not a procrastinator. I I'm not gonna call 10 people. I am going to connect with 10 people.
There you go, girl. That's how you talk. Let's go, Kim Jera.
Great, thanks. So, what hit me about what you said that I absolutely love, because I'm doing that same process right now. Again, another one of your amazing coaching clients. If you guys are not coaching with John, he is unbelievably incredible. But for me, what I realized when I go to elevate, I don't make a small jump, right? Like I make a big one. And that does require me to change habits. And I realize that there are times when I'm just not honest with myself. Like, am I actually going to do what it's actually going to take, right? Like we can say we'll do something, but like, are we going to actually do it? And so this is helping me once again get really clear on, okay, what is mine to do, what is not, what is it for my team and my assistant and all of them to do that I don't need to touch, and pulling myself out of being the doer that controls everything to being the visionary. And it's a leap and it's not easy. And so for anyone on this call who's going, yeah, I want to make changes, but it's hard, just honor that in yourself and then sit and ask yourself, what am I willing to do? Baby steps. Pick one thing that you are willing to do and commit to that one thing. And then every month, add a new thing.
There you go.
That's it. That's all I got.
Great stuff. Thank you for sharing. Brian, talk to me.
One thing you always talk about is creating good habits. And there's a wonderful article about on Inman today about what great agents do in the first 60 minutes of their morning. And it's very much in line with what your topic was today. And number 7 is the real pros end their morning with the same way athletes end practice, with focus and appreciation, a quick mental note of what they're grateful for, who they're serving, or even what they've already achieved keeps perspective intact. Because here's the thing, uncertainty will always be part of real estate, but gratitude reframes it. Instead of fear, it builds resilience. Instead of burnout, it fuels passion. And that was just so in line with what your topic was today.
Well done. Thank you for sharing that, Brian. All right, everybody, that's 9:32. It's a wrap. Thank you for the opportunity to share this time with you. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Go make it a great day.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Go get them, guys.